Folks, we are live. Welcome back to another podcast of The Investor and The Collector with my co-host here, the man, the myth, the legend, the Pokey Plumber. What's up, man?
What's up, buddy?
So Nick's a YouTube star now, guys.
Dude, who wants to touch me? I said, who wants to fucking touch me?
What kind of question is that?
You never saw the South Park, the movie, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, when Cartman's like, who wants to touch me? And he's like, I said,
God dang it. I can't remember it.
You don't remember that? Oh, man.
That's good. I like it. I like it, though.
So
what's up, man? You said right before we got on, there's some breaking reprint news that Danny Phantom put out. You want to just start off with that?
Yeah, supposedly, like, we're not getting Obsidian Flames. It doesn't seem like we're getting Obsidian Flames. I mean, see, this is why I love Danny, because he's like the nicest guy. And I'm not saying he's calling out the person that like announced all these reprints, but he's like, make sure you have like your facts 100% right before you announce any news. And he's like, he does it in the nicest way. It doesn't look like there's going to be like enough Paldea Evolve to change the market. And Danny even said, this is why I respect him, man. He even said that like announcing stuff too early will cause a little more FOMO, because then people get it in their head that they want it. And then you could see the prices jump more, because now with that small reprint, prices go up more. So it could do more harm than good. He comes out and he does it right, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, depending on when you got in this hobby and how long you've been in, you have a different like a relationship with reprints. And then you hear, a lot of stories about what people tell, whatever kind of agenda they're trying to push, if they're pushing it. And everyone's got like, I guess, some sort of an agenda that fits whatever not their narrative, but almost like benefits them, whatever. But like, you can talk about, surging or Chilling Reign, Fusion Strike, Battle Styles reprints, or you could talk about things like, Paldea Obsidian Flames got a restock literally last year and did nothing, or Crown Zenith got massive reprints and it's higher than ever. 151 gets restocks all the time, it's higher than ever. And it's just like, you can look at either one of them and try to draw your own conclusions. But I mean, my stance has been the same since day one. And it's like why I've said, starting with Stellar Crown was the first set I set it on. And I just think the market determines what the reprints mean or don't mean. And back in Chilling Reign, Battle Styles, Fusion Strike time, those reprints came in 2022 when the market had come down off the highs. Everything was crashing. The demand was down. The pandemic was over, all that stuff. And that had more to do with it than the reprints. Right now, everything's sky high. The demand's higher than ever. There's nothing crashing the market. There's nothing to be worried about. So reprints aren't going to do as much. That's kind of my stance on it.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing to me, and what I said in my video, is until you know everything, until you know the numbers, don't go sell your stuff. Don't like be like, oh, I hear reprints are happening. And then you go and dump, all your Twilight, all your Surging, all your Obsidian. And then you're like, oh shit, now I can't get it back. And now it's even more expensive. And that was like the number one thing that I was trying to address. Just wait until you hear all the facts before you make a move and sell everything.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you a question too. With all your contacts, all the stores you deal with, everyone that you know as distribution, what was the sentiment that you heard from everybody about the 151 booster bundles that we just got?
Well, like the extra ones we just got? Like there was even more that just came. Like more.
Right, but put it this way. I literally had a phone call with my rep at distribution, and he said, there is a lot of 151 bundles coming. You may want to get rid of these quick.
Well, this is how I know when things are good or getting better. So you ready for this? So I'm at my LGS yesterday. I hang out there on Wednesdays, help him out with some stuff. I was relocating some of this product for him. And he's like, holy shit, why do he had 5 more cases of the Blooming Waters come in. And this is how I knew too, because listen to this. I'm going to go deep in this one. Then he had a master case of 151 bundles. Like this is all on top of the stuff from last weekend or 2 weekends ago. And I know it's good when he sells me a case of Blooming Waters for $400. And I'm like, all right, we're getting more stuff. And he's like, wow. He's like, maybe my distribution just like hooked me up because my numbers weren't high. Because in the beginning, he gave me half a case or 4 out of 6 boxes. And I watched him only get like 3 cases in. But now he had like, I don't want to give out all his numbers, but he had so much more stuff coming in. I'm like, dude, compared to a lot of people, this is good. So now we're starting to see a little bit of an influx of product, and the booster bundles. I mean, because the week before that, he had more booster bundles that he was cracking.
I'm just saying, like you would put that in the category if it was a lot, right?
Yeah, it's a good amount.
And this is what I'm trying to tell people is we are getting a ton of 151 product, and everyone keeps the same narrative.
Packs for $15 to $20, so they're not gonna like let people know that.
Well, no, my point is like this narrative keeps like swirling around the, we're gonna get in the echo chamber thing in a second too, but it keeps swirling around the internet of like, there's just not enough product. Pokemon needs to print more, and we're discounting the fact of how much they're printing, and it's just going away that fast. Guys,
no demand's eating it up.
Stores got massive amounts of these 151 products. There were massive amounts of Blooming Waters boxes coming, and everyone's just skirting around the fact that the booster pack price is going up.
Yeah.
And it's like, guys, you're seeing what happens in a bull market when we get reprints and restocks. And then you're trying to like convince yourself, oh no, but this other restock, this other reprint, this is going to crash the market though. It's like, what world are you living in?
No, I think the market's very strong right now. And I was hoping that, these reprints would be big enough, but I am seeing so much product come in, but I don't know the numbers of the booster boxes 100% yet. So I don't want to go too far into that. But I know Journey Together is going to be very rough, especially 144 count blister cases. Like that's non-existent. I was going over like what I'm getting from my allocations, and every pre-release, I usually get 4 cases, maybe 5, depending on the set. And this is pre-release comes with 1 booster box and a case of the booster or building battles. And I might be lucky to get 1. I'll be super lucky to get 2 cases for Journey Together. And this is the pre-release. So now I'm only getting 2 of those, and I like to at least open one and then put one away. Like Alex hates when I have like the weird stuff, but like I keep one of every one of those sealed. So I have all of the pre-release kits. I've always kept those. But now I'm like, holy crap, I might only get 1. Do I rip it to enjoy it? Because I'm only going to be getting, and this is what he told me too. I might like, I get the same amount of booster box cases every release. I might only be getting 2. And I'm not going to complain. I'm grateful that I'm even getting 2, but it shows how low, Journey Together is going to be. Like I'm seeing a whole bunch of other product, and maybe that's what they've been doing, focusing on printing the other product. And that's why Journey Together isn't as much. And then listen to one more thing. I want to piggyback off of this. I got a call from GameStop the other day, and they said, hey, your booster boxes are being canceled. We can at least give you 1 booster box, and then we can give you a Blooming Waters box. So that's how I know a lot of 151s coming in. So now they're taking out the Journey Together, and they're, giving you Blooming Waters. So instead of 5 booster boxes, I'm getting 1 booster box. But I'm curious to see if, like, after they do the pre-orders, if they're going to have Journey Together for like $220 a box. Like, I'm really curious to see if that's what GameStop's going to do.
That's what Hills Wholesale Gaming has them at.
Yeah, they had. Yeah, what was it? It was
220.
It was like 13 something a case, right?
220 a box. Yeah.
Love Hills.
Yeah, I just like I said, I think it's just going to take time. I think people that are newer to the market are just like living in this fantasy land that they're being sold by a lot of YouTubers out there. And it's going to take us another probably about a year from now, where people finally realize, oh crap, this is just the market now. Like they're not going to crash down to $100.
I mean, we'll see. Like, Pokemon's a little bit behind. Like, I kind of talked to Brian about it. Maybe in 6 months, who knows? Maybe they just printing like insane, and like a crazy amounts hit the market. I mean, this is what I'm curious. Danny also said they're printing 3 times the amount of the Terapagos UPCs for the EV, the super premium boxes. So now you have triple the amount. And my LGS had a whole bunch of the Terapagos come in, cases upon cases. If they're doing triple the amount, and these are supposed to be $90 boxes, but they're selling at $300, if they're really in abundance, and people can get 300. I think that's going to be another gray area, sketchy. Like people could be have 200 in their back office, and then they're charging 300. Like, oh, we only have 10. Give one to this person, one to this. So I don't think anyone's going to let the prices drop down either. Right now, they're eating too much. Like you have LGSs posting, oh, this was a 6-figure day for us, our first 6-figure day. Like they don't want to give this up. They're making a killing right now. And that's why my LGS doesn't like selling to me, because he loves giving me great prices, but like he wants to kill it too. And that's why I say to him, like I didn't have one case of Blooming Waters. I said, Alex, charge me what you have to, right? Like you can make your money. I just want to have a case for my collection. And he ended up giving me a fantastic price, but because he's selling those packs at his LGS for, $15 to $20, whatever it is.
Yeah. It's really funny too. Like, all these LGSs, they're charging these prices. Consumers are paying them. You log on TCG Player and eBay. The sales are happening nonstop every single day. People are paying them. And all we're told is that, no one can afford this stuff and everyone's unhappy. But every time I put up my LGS, everyone's buying, having fun, sitting around opening the packs. I just think there's a real disconnect in the YouTube world and the actual consumer world. I really do.
Like, what do you mean? Like, as far as
I think like the YouTube space, it just draws out a lot of like people who they're bored or they're unhappy. They just want to get online and complain about things. And I think it's like they just kind of move around to all the different platforms and all the different channels and say the same things. And it's just a bunch of the same people saying the same things. So it gives this impression that all these people are unhappy. Whereas like in regular life, like you go to all these places and everyone's paying all the market prices. And they're not sitting there griping and complaining and unhappy with the hobby.
But not everybody's happy about paying these prices. I'm not happy.
Right. I'm just saying, like, we wouldn't have record number sales every day at the current prices. The sales would slow down if people didn't agree with the prices.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just go look at these TCG Player. I'm not talking about the buyouts.
Hold on. I have a perfect example. So we were sitting there, and people are like, oh man, $20 for a 151 pack. And they're like, yeah, he's like, I'll take 2. They're not happy, but they're buying it. Like they complain, but they're still buying it at $20 a piece. So, but still, I don't know.
I always look at the data. Like I said, me, like I'm unemotional about it. I go look at TCG Player and eBay, and I can add up all the sales that are happening in the last 5 days. And then I can go back and look at like 3
credit cards for this. They're being irresponsible too.
Right. But I can go back 3 months earlier and I can look at the sales data for those days. And we're having as much or more sales volume now at the higher valuations.
Well, it also plays a part. Like things are tough to get right now. People like when the harder to get stuff.
Yeah. I mean, another thing too is a lot of these sales are like a few packs, a box, a ETB. They're not massive amounts. Like there are buyouts happening here and there, like PCTBs. But a lot of these sales are literally so small that it's not investors. It's literally people either wanting to open the packs, maybe collecting one of each box. Like these aren't like massive buyouts. These are large amounts of people all making purchases in and of themselves.
That makes sense. Well, it's also, I mean, think about this. When you first got in the hobby, I didn't know booster boxes were, $80. I'm paying $125, $130. Like I didn't know. So, I mean, a lot of these people who are getting in the hobby, like you have to understand this. So I see a lot of people going to LGS, like parents and stuff like that. And they're like, how much is a CTB box? And they're like, oh, $80. Like they don't know better. They just want their kids to open the product too. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, here, let me ask you a question. How big would you go if you saw like Prismatic Evolutions go to $60 in ETB?
Pretty big.
And don't you think that's probably shared by most everyone we know?
Yeah.
And so about 70 in ETB. And see, you can kind of keep going up and thinking about it. And this is what I try to tell people is there is price points where things hit, where investors and people who like want to hold the product, they will back the truck up. Like they'll buy 10, 20, 50, 100 cases, some of these people. And I think that's not understood is like, people think reprints are going to crash and stay there. It's like there's too many people that are going to move in because they've seen this dog and pony show so many times and they know how it ends. And they're just like, I don't care what happens in the next 2 to 3 years. If I get these boxes or ETBs at this price, I know in 3, 4, 5 years they're going to be this price I'm buying as many as I possibly can if the prices drop to that amount. And that's what's not understood in that. Like,
Well, yeah, you have some big money moving in now, so you have serious whales. They don't give a shit that it's $200 a box.
and you have a lot of business type whales that aren't really, unfortunately, people like to hear this, but they're not really Pokemon people.
I mean, if there are, but I kind of don't buy that though. How do you have someone that has no knowledge about Pokemon, doesn't enjoy it, nothing, and they're like, hey, I'm going to put $100,000 into cases of Journey Together without knowing anything about it, what's in the set, like that's a dumb. No investor will just throw $100,000 without doing research on that item or having some enjoyment towards that item. That's dumb.
I mean, I can say I personally know people that do, but yeah.
Well, they're dumb. If you don't do any, you don't do it, bro. There's no way, because you could do research on anything you invest in. Everybody does.
Right. You don't call like watching YouTube videos and like having consultation calls with people who are successful in the hobby research though.
And
I'm just saying.
They just got into Pokemon just for like, what brought them to Pokemon?
Well, the fact that all these videos are showing the exponential growth, the fact that they have beat the S&P over time, the fact that 100% of booster boxes have risen over time, none of them have lost value.
Pokemon. No one just fucking types in Pokemon investing. It doesn't work that way. I don't know.
I mean, I can say one thing. Every one of our YouTube channels have got larger this year because more and more people are finding the hobby, and YouTube's pushing all these videos through the algorithm because it's so hot. And that, obviously this does overlap with investing or crypto or stock market and all those things. And, people who are wealthy, they look for ways to beat the S&P, whether that be in, venture capital, investing in companies, whether that be, trying to make real estate plays, whether that be crypto. And then, yeah, unregistered assets is one of those classes. And I just think that is an under talked about part of this.
Dude, I'm over here sticking up for investors and you're making me fucking hate them.
I know. That's my job. What do you think we're doing here? Jonathan F. Always good lives. Appreciate you, Jonathan. Thanks for showing up as always, man.
Danny, you probably can't even afford fucking a fraction of what I have. Suck it.
What happened? What happened?
Like, these little fucking, I'm not in the mood. I'm tired. What he's saying? He's talking shit. He's like, plumber's crying. Dude, just buy it. I'm not crying.
Okay. Let's change gears, man. Okay, so the investing like niche, I guess, and like I don't know how you've kind of fallen into it. Like, I guess because probably you're associated with me, but like, you have more of, I would say, a collection-based channel, right? And I guess people are starting to put all collector, investor like channels to talk about finances in like this box of echo chamber. And you made a video about it today. If anyone didn't check it out, make sure you check out Pokey Plumber's channel. He put out a new video. But he's right, and we talked about this. Every space in the world is an echo chamber to some degree, right? In the Pokemon space. If there's like new singles popping off, you got all the people who talk about like singles and grading, and all the market channels, they're all talking about the movers of the day, the movers of the week, right? When any drama pops off, all the drama channels talk about the big news story, the big scam, the big scalper, blah, 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 right? And then it's like, okay, yeah, investors talk about the investments that are happening. It's like everyone's got their own echo chamber, but to act like investing is the only echo chamber in Pokemon, it's kind of ridiculous. And to act like Pokemon's the only echo chamber out there, every single space in the world is an echo chamber to some extent because everyone's doing the same thing and we all see the same things happening in the market. And so everyone's going to have their own take on what is happening. And that doesn't make it an echo chamber. It just makes it the fact that you're listening to multiple people that give their, organic takes about the market. At least it's better than tuning into 5 different news networks where they're all saying the exact same thing they're told to say because they're fed a script.
Well, no, my point was like the echo chamber. So it can go any which way, like you said. It can go that like a Team Rocket is coming out, a new Team Rocket set, or it could be like this person did this, and then this person. These are the boxes I'm buying. These are the cases I'm buying. But like when I do that, people aren't buying half the cases that I'm telling you about. So it's not essentially like everybody has their own take, and you have to sit there and actually listen, because a lot of people's opinions are, there's a lot more to it than it's like mumbling. No, listen to their take on it, and they're going to see it a different way, and it can only enlighten you and be like, holy shit, that is a good buy, and that's a good buy for the future. And that's the thing. My channel's not just for investor, not just for collector. Like everybody can coexist and have like enjoy the hobby. Like there's more to it, and that's where I'm at. Yeah, good for you, man. You're new.
Come on, dude. Stop getting so upset. We're just chilling.
I don't care. Dude, I've also been up 3 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. My son doesn't sleep. I'm so tired, and this is a late one tonight. I was literally falling asleep on the couch before, but as I was saying, oh, so just I do things different. I love this hobby. I enjoy this hobby. When I got into the hobby, you weren't making money like that off of modern. It didn't just do that. Like you would buy something and it would go from $110, $120 to 80 every time. And that's why people started having the mentality, I'll wait until it's out for 3 months and then I'll buy it. You can't do that anymore. But I try to, appeal to both, because what I'm buying has worked. I mean, everything in Pokemon works. You could have bought 1,000 cases of Crimson Invasion, and guess what? You made money. But some things are going to do better. And the way I see it, like I've been telling everyone, I was buying all those Bolton V cases from Hills. It was a great price, and it has Evolving Skies. So you have 6 Evolving Skies in a case. I think it was 2 Brilliant and a Fusion. So it was a fantastic setup. And then in the future, if I want to move some, they're going to be at a great price because they have Evolving Skies in it. And if I want to open it, I don't have to crack an Evolving Skies box or a 3-pack. But like I could just open one of these that I paid very low for and enjoy it at the same time. So you can do both with it. Like that's the thing, is you can buy 2 boxes and the other one will essentially pay for the next. And then you have boom. And that's what I try to explain to people. I try to appeal to both because there's a lot of fun to it. There's a fun investing aspect of it, and it's new. And that's what I was saying when I did my kitchen and I got rid of my crystals from when I was redoing my house. I got rid of the crystals, and the collector side, it killed me. But I was like, cool, at least I can do this and I can go above and beyond when I redo my kitchen. And that's the beauty of Pokemon. You can enjoy it. And hypothetically speaking, hopefully it never happens to anyone. If you have a big family issue, this could help you. And that's the beauty of Pokemon too. You can enjoy it and everything.
Yeah, I think James has one of the best points I've heard. The worst part is people can't hear each other's sides. They'd rather just voice their side, and that's it. This is probably one of the biggest problems in this hobby right now is everyone. It's almost like those like shows where people will like go and give a presidential quote, and everyone will just believe it's from someone. Like, no, that was actually Biden, or that was actually Trump. And it's kind of like this. It's just like you could have a great point, but then someone could say NN said this or Pokey Plumber said this. Or like, oh, no, I don't care what he said. That guy's an idiot. It's just like people are just like so tribal in this Pokemon hobby at this point, like they are in every aspect of life, that no matter what you say at this point, after people have a preconceived notion of you, there's no good you can do. Like there's no good you can say. And then it can be on the other side too. It's like once people are like so, sold on whatever content or content creator they want, they can do no wrong. And it's just like the person they're following can literally come out and be outed as like a scammer, a freaking like liar, whatever it may be. And they're going to stand behind no matter what, because they're so tribal that way. And I agree. Like James said, we have to get back to like taking people at, what they're saying, the points they're making. And everyone's going to be right and wrong at some point. But it's like just saying like everything this guy says is wrong and everything this guy says is right. It's just kind of getting crazy.
I agree. I'm just sick of everybody putting each other down like idiots like that. That's why I'm so frustrated, because it's like I'm trying to do the opposite. I'm trying to build people up and not shit on anyone to make myself feel good. Like, dude, that's how I grew up. You always stick up for the guy. You don't put someone down to bring yourself up. And I've always lived by that. And it's just like these little keyboard warriors are fucking so soft too. Say that to
Yeah.
me, you know, like, I don't know. It gets me so frustrated with I've been seeing so much of it, and I think it's finally getting to me. And I said that. That's why I didn't want to start a YouTube, because I have to deal with these little trolls that are fucking noodles in life, living in their mom's basement, jerking off to fucking anime. It's like, yeah, dude, I'm just over it. It's like, bro, fucking figure it out, be successful, and have fun. Like, is your life that bad that you have to be that negative? That's it. I'm over it, bro. I'm not gonna play their shit.
Man, dude, I hate to see you like this, brother.
Yeah, I was in a good mood. That's why I never read the comments. The one I look over, I never read them anymore. I look over and it's like this fucking guy.
You can't read them, man.
No, and that sucks, because that's what I try to do with my YouTube. Like, I wanted to have everyone interact, and we were doing good. Like the first week, like all these comments, we're having fun, and then it's like this guy, Anon's king. Then it's like you're sucking, like, bro. I don't even want to get into that. And it's like I can't even read the comments. I just want to have fun with it. I want to have.
I mean, this is true too, though. Plumber, to be fair, your comments are 95% positive. I try to talk them down off that ledge. I'm like, dude, just if you start feeling bad, just go read my comment section. You'll be fine.
Yeah. I gave that example. I was like, bro, half these comments on Alex's shit, like, you guys would go to Home Depot, get a ladder, a ceiling fan, and rope, and I'll leave it at that. Like, people don't understand. You can get 1,000 good comments, and it's the 3 assholes that say something. You're like, fuck, did I do something wrong? But like, they shouldn't have that power, because like,
don't give it to them.
No, dude, that's the one thing I'm gonna have to like get past. Not let them get to me.
You can't let it get to you, man. It's just people like they would rather complain about their situation than change their situation. And again, like we talked about beforehand, we're still on opposite sides of that video that I got, ran through the ringer on the internet for. It's like, I still stand by everything I said. Like,
oh man, don't go there.
I'm going to. I think people should change their situation more than complain about it. I still stand by that. Dude, let's talk about another point you made in your video. I wanted to bring up is when we thought Obsidian Flames was getting a reprint, and if it is or isn't, it's irrelevant to this point. But the fact that nobody likes the sets when they come out, usually, right? They're cheap. No one wants them. Nowadays, it's different. Then they'll start to sell, right? And things start to move up, and people will start to realize they're scarce. And because they're scarce, or the cards are hard to grade, things run up, and then they become more scarce. And then everyone accepts the price. But then you're wondering, hey, does everyone actually like Obsidian Flames? Does everyone actually like Stellar Crown? And if we get a massive reprint, is it going to come back, or is it going to stay low like Battle Styles did forever? Because people are going to realize, I don't really like the set that much. I just liked it because it was really scarce. And now that it isn't, I don't really care anymore. Like, that's definitely a point that you made that it's definitely takes some thinking about.
Yeah, I mean, but now that's not going to happen, so we won't know. I mean,
well, not with that in general, but like Stellar Crown may happen.
Yeah, I mean, if we get a Stellar Crown reprint, you know me. I love the Bulbasaur. I love the Squirtle. But besides that, I mean, I said Terapagos has a lot of potential because it's all over, the show. So like, kids are going to grow up and love that. So that's why Stellar had a lot of potential. I mean, it had some good cards. But remember what was I paying at Chicago for those Stellar Crown cases? What was that? $500? And now let's say if we got a huge reprint of Stellar, are people going to love the set? Or are they going to be like, oh, I need that? Like, I just want to see what would happen, like with Battle Styles, like with Vivid Voltage, with Darkness Ablaze. Like, everyone wanted those sets, Vivid Voltage. And then as soon as the reprint happened, if we have a huge, huge reprint, let's say, let's go. Yeah, this is a good example. What would happen with this set? If there's so much on the shelves that, like, for everybody that wants it, there's 3 cases. Everybody, that's how much there is. I guarantee you, once a scarcity is, it's easy to obtain, everything would change. I guarantee that. It's time and time again we see it.
I mean, I don't know. The only reason I disagree with that. The only reason I disagree with that.
If they gave it a healthy reprint like Chilling Reign and Battle Styles, the same thing would happen, and I guarantee it. If there was way more supply than demand, I would bet anything on it.
The only reason I disagree with that is this set here.
What's that have to do with it? With that?
This was reprinted about 4 booster box reprints, ran into the ground to $80,
Yeah,
and is still a $1,400 box like 7 years later.
but that has nothing to do with this conversation.
Yeah, it does. It's because it doesn't matter
But
how much
I'm not
like
saying
it's
what it would be in
reprinted.
the future. I'm saying now. I'm saying if they put that much where there was so much that demand, there was way more supply than demand, it would drop down to $80. I'm not saying in the future. In the future, yeah, it'll absolutely go up. Also, Evolutions is 151. You have that's different. But I'm saying in the future, like pick a Roaring Skies. When Roaring Skies had that reprint drop down to $75 a box. When there is so much and people don't want it, it will drop to $80.
This was
Yeah.
falling off the shelves at $35 in ETB.
Yeah, I bought the Ultra Premium on clearance at GameStop.
Yep. I'm just saying, like, there's so many instances we go through in every era
Well,
where people
your
think
point?
it's the end, and it's
But,
just.
yeah, what's your point here? Like, you don't think it would if
Well,
there
I
was
mean,
so much, it wouldn't drop to $80?
I'm saying, like, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know what you're saying either.
I'm saying, like, I don't think it matters. My point, like, this idea of like selling the stuff you own because you think it's going to drop, when it's just like in 3 to 5 years, it's irrelevant anyway.
Yeah, but we're talking about if they printed so much right now and everybody had it.
Mm.
That's what we're talking about, not that.
No, I get it. They print so much and everyone has it.
There's no scarcity aspect to it at
Well,
all.
the only difference now is like I hate even talking about it because everyone rips me apart when I talk about it. But we'll have when we have Dan and old school catch 'em all collectibles and old school Pokemon, and we'll talk about it more. But the rip and chips is what I go back to every time. Like it's just it's one thing I just cannot like see past. I mean, there's just too many packs open. I don't think there's a way to get back to the old days. I really don't.
Yeah, this is just like if it happened. We're not saying this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, hypothetically, I guess, yeah. I mean, I guess if there was a way to print infinite amounts of product, sure, but there's not, right? It's like it's such a non-possible hypothetical scenario. I feel like at this point.
I mean, we'll see.
I mean, then Millennium Print Group was also printing a MetaZoo, correct? Like, so now they're going to be taking on more printing. Like, I just don't see it, man.
I don't know.
Really don't. I don't think it's possible.
Dude, Pokemon's great at this. They'll figure it out. They don't want their boxes being at $200 upon release. I don't care what anyone says. They don't. They'll figure it out. They have for almost 30 years. They'll figure it out.
Let's take this one. Question for you guys: when this market flips back to a bear market, what's your plan?
Do the same. Just keep buying. I'll be able to buy more. Yep. I'm not going to change. I'm not selling anything. I'm just going to keep rocking out. My plan. All right. So my plan is right now, I'm not selling. And I believe this. One day, let's say there's another boom. Let's say it's not 5 years from now. Let's say it's, 10 years from now. That when that happens, I'm going to have everything from what I have now. That's when I'll finally take advantage. Like I'm in here for the long game. I've been in here for the long game the whole time. Yes, I could do well right now, but that's not my goal here. My goal is to sit and let it ride. I mean, it could end horribly, but for me, it's a little bit different. It is what it is. I'll rock out, but I feel like if that next boom happens and I haven't gotten rid of, anything, maybe let's say 5%, not even, let's say 3%. So if I hold 97% and we have that another boom, that's when it's like, because everyone's selling right now. Everyone's taking advantage of this market. So many people are like, oh, wow, I can get $1,200 for Fates Glide. I'm selling it. Oh, shit. Cosmic Eclipse, $1,600. I'm selling it. It's that same thing, like Evolving Skies. Oh, it was $1,000. I'm selling it. Holy shit, it was $1,500. I sold at that point. Now it's $1,300. I'm still making a profit selling at $1,300. Now, those people that bought them at $1,300, now your next little boom, they're not going to sell it for below $1,300, below $1,500, and that's how it just keeps going up and up and up. Brilliant Stars at $300. That's not what I want. I see Brilliant Stars as $1,000 box. I see Brilliant Stars the way I see Unified Minds. Unified Minds is $1,500 right now. there's still way more potential, and I'm chilling.
Yeah, and then I mean, for my how what I do is I do sell into booms like this. I did in the 2021 boom. Um, I've already started to move like any XY and Sun and Moon stuff. Me and Nick have been talking about like possibly moving some of my Sword and Shield, not all. Like I again, guys, I never sell all. It's always buy some, hold some, or sell some, keep some for me. But yeah, I definitely sell into strength like this and take advantage of it. And then in bear markets, yeah, I don't sell in bear markets. I haven't sold a box from 2022 all the way until now. Like, you know, the first ones I sold were some Surging Sparks because I way overbought and I made a great profit on it. And so I did let go of some of those cases. But that's the only thing I've sold in the past 3 years, sealed product wise. And so yeah, I don't sell through flat and bear markets. I sell into strength. And so yeah, I mean, I'm probably gonna sell some stuff into this. I already have sold some stuff. And yeah, when the bear market comes, that's when I buy again. That's when wealth is made. That's when you buy everything, hold everything. When things run up like this is where you know, obviously you realize those gains, realize that wealth. And so but yeah, I mean, if you could afford to, and if it's in your risk profile and you don't need to sell, I mean, you can definitely do that. And so either way, man, you can go either way, the buy and hold forever, the take profits into strength so you can have more capital to buy in the bear markets. But the last thing I would do is take on too much risk and hold too much and then be forced to sell in a bear market. You don't ever want to be in a position where you're forced to sell. You always want to be in a position where you're choosing to sell. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Connor, thank you so much for the 20 gifted memberships. Guys, make sure you thank Connor if you got one of those. Really appreciate you, man. And I do see another question. I don't know if you want to touch on it. Do you want to take this one? Do you think people should not hate on scalpers because they're just customers who want an opportunity to sell? I know the topic is pretty controversial.
All right.
If you don't want to take it, we don't have to.
In a way, I mean, I don't know, because they kind of like, I see the videos of the scalpers fighting over the product at the vending machine. So, you know, it's like, that's the shit it brings. So I'm not a fan of the scalpers, but also for people like you, for people that are ripping packs, like scalpers are great because you don't want to wait on the line at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I won't.
Your time's more valuable than that. So for you, they're good for you because now you can buy these packs and now you charge more than what you did. So you're getting the product and you're still making money off of it. For me, I'm not a fan because I don't want to pay certain prices. That's just, but for rip and chippers, scalpers are fantastic. It's saving your time.
I mean, I've said from the very beginning, I don't like this market. I hate it. Like the greatest thing for everybody is for everything to be available and you can just buy it from distribution and then sell it to the end consumer and everything still works. It's just like, you know, it's not that I love scalpers. It's just they're a necessity in this market because who do I buy from? Stores don't have product. Distributors don't have product. The only people that have product are the secondary sellers. And, you know, because the consumers are consuming, the collectors are collecting, who do I buy from?
Yeah.
It just is what it is, right? So, I mean, but no, as far as like, should we not hate on scalpers because they are consumers? Here's one thing I will say. You know, I don't care. I'm already so canceled. I don't care. I don't even care. I'm so canceled already. It's almost like politics. If for the last, I would say, 10 years or so, we've really like swung the pendulum like really far to the woke side. And now you see it swinging back a little bit because we swung too far, right? And that's what I think we've done in Pokemon. We have swung way too far to the hate on anyone that's making money to now people are almost just throwing it into people's faces. Like I seen a video of someone buying from a vending machine and they were like trying to shame him. And the guy's like, hell yeah, like flipping him off. Like, hell yeah, I'm buying all these. You're not getting a single one. And so it's like, we're at the point now where the scalpers or whatever are now just like making a game of it. Like, yeah, I'm going to buy as much as possible to keep pissing you guys off. And it's like, you're not doing good here by trying to do this shame game. It's not going your way. We need to get to a point where everyone can coexist again. That's my take on it. The pendulum is swinging way too far to each direction. We got to stop somewhere in the middle. We got to stop somewhere in the middle where we can say, yeah, it's probably not cool. These people be fighting and elbowing people and trying to like, you know, get all these Costco and Walmart drops.
Well,
but at the
dude,
same time, not
sick?
everyone online making money is an evil person.
Listen, dude, the thing that made me sick about scalpers is I watched an old man get elbowed in the head. Like, picture if that was your grandfather getting elbowed in the head like
exactly.
that. Like that, that shit's too much.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We have to draw a line to where we can call out like obvious, ridiculous behavior, but then not pull that in and say like anyone making money online is an evil person. It's just like,
if there was a water shortage, you'd have to go to Walmart with a gun.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
for sure.
This Pokemon. That's the stuff I really don't like. It brings out some like dark people. It's like remind me of toilet paper at Costco. Remember that?
All right, let me throw a different scenario at you though.
Okay, go ahead.
Hills Wholesale Gaming, whatever product has been released in the past like 3 months. You get on there. It's an open site to public. You want to pre-order a bunch of cases because you believe in the set. It sells out. Everyone's selling out. It goes up in price. You're up 50% on the margins. Now you're selling it at 50% margins. Are you a bad person?
No, I just bought some from someone like that.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. It's like not everyone is out there, fighting in stores. Like there's a lot of making money in this hobby that some would consider scalping that's evil. That it's not. It's just people making plays on the market. I guess that's where I draw the line.
I just feel like I don't know.
I think it's our differences in like you not needing an income from the hobby and like others do. So like me, like I draw an income from the hobby, others draw an income.
Baby, I'm getting an income now.
Oh baby. Getting that sweet internet. He's getting that internet money, guy.
$2.50, bro.
He's getting that internet money, buddy. What is this? I got 8-figure golf, new and used business in Canada. Over the last 6 months, I've been doing Pokemon on the side. I've sold 200K gross and 55K profit in that time period. Pod invite. Yo, Steven, I'm happy your success. I don't know if Plumber is or not, but I'm happy for you.
Bro, I'm not a hater. What are you talking about?
I'm
married.
Hey, Retro says, don't let the negative people get to you, dude. I've been enjoying your content. I know a lot of people are as well. Keep it up, man. 100%, dude. Nick doesn't get no hate.
Not used to it. That's it. Just not used to it.
Dude, no one's hating on you, man. Trust me, it's not until like you go to other people's videos and everyone in that comment section is hating on you. That's when you reach my status. That's when you got to worry. You're good, though. You're not going to get there.
Yeah. If I keep treating people like I do with that guy, Danny.
Huh? Oh, Danny, the guy in here. All right, here you go, man. This is tailor-made for you. What advice would you give someone who is newer to investing and most of their position is acquired at MSRP?
Just chill and enjoy it. Hold on to it. You're good. You're good. Like, that's what I was thinking when Alex was talking about this 151 product. I just bought a master case of booster bundles from Sassy Auto. Thank you. Celestial helped me out with that.
There he is right here. Two of the best content creators. Shout out Nick for helping me with my Phantom Forces search. Team Guppy. There you go, man. Thanks, Ethan.
Yeah. So, yeah, Ethan helped me with connecting me, and it wasn't cheap. I talked to you about it. I was like, dude, do I do it? And you're like, why not? So let's say now booster bundles come out and they drop to what, $25, $30 a bundle? Maybe let's say 30, 35 a bundle. Am I going to sit there and cry over it? No, because it's 151 and I'm not thinking about now. Like Evolutions, so many people don't remember this. Evolutions was still in Sword and Shield product when Sword and Shield product came out. Like that's 2 hours after. I'm not thinking about that. Like if you're buying at MSRP, enjoy it. It's okay. It's okay. Like I'm at the point like Journey Together. If I have to pay MSRP, I'm paying it at this point. It is what it is. But it's always long term. If there's reprints, I'll buy those. It's just you ride the wave and just don't get emotional. With Pokemon, you can't get emotional. And that's the biggest thing is that, like, if you're here, like, and the beauty of this hobby is you can also enjoy it at the same time. So while you're riding the wave, you can still enjoy Pokemon. There's so much going on. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, you have the Pocket app where you get like a free pack every day.
Dude, I pulled the Arceus. I think you and Brian were on here when I pulled. I was so excited.
Yeah. Isn't that how it works though? Like it doesn't even cost anything, does it?
Yeah. You get a free pack a day.
There's obviously like games that come out. I think there's like probably free Pokemon games. There's content to watch. I mean, you know, if it's, I don't know. I don't like to get down that conversation because everyone's got their own like
Hey,
hiccups about like, you know, how much stuff should cost and all that. I just think like you should enjoy it at the level you can.
hold on. I want to answer. That guy said, I think you guys should let people know that they don't have to buy a case to invest. Buy one damn box. Hey, that's what it started with. I was buying,
I still remember my first case.
Yeah, but you're fine with buying boxes too. Like there's not someone commented on my thing and they're like, hey, not everybody has money. Like I'm lucky to get a box, and you're cool with getting a box. Put away a box, and every set it adds up. Well, you always do the math. What's it cost to buy one box a year, or one box every set? Like you have to save what?
Oh, well, now I mean nowadays, let's just say they're 180 average, $60 a month.
$60, yeah, just set $60 aside.
I mean, if they go back to like 120, it's $40 a month. And like, and here's like, it's like, dude, if you're in, I know what we don't want like income, get on the income stuff, but it's like, if you're looking at a Pokemon card hobby and you obviously have some sort of disposable income, $40 every a month is a pretty decent budget, and you can do really well over time.
Yeah, it's very reasonable.
Yeah. No, I mean, I didn't start out with cases. I mean, hell no. I mean, my first case wasn't till I was like in the hobby, I don't know, like 2 to 3 years.
I didn't even know you could buy cases. That took me like a year and a half into the hobby until I knew I was even able to buy cases. I was clueless. I was just buying boxes.
I tell you what, you want another? I mean, honestly, again, like you got to be able to admit when you're wrong, right? We've done this a lot lately, right? All the apology videos, but dude, bundles. I look, I'm still not a fan of them. I'm still a booster box guy, but bundles are a great investment if you want to go on the lower end when boxes are so expensive in the future. More people will be able to afford bundles. It's an easier entry point now. Like, go to bundles. Great way for people who don't have a lot of money.
Bundles.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great item. It's, dude, some of the bundles are doing really well.
How they fake.
Let's see. See anything?
No, yeah. Do you have any topics?
Oh, I was just looking for questions. Any topics? Those were the topics I wanted to talk about. We kind of went through them quick. I didn't want to piss you off anymore, so I moved on.
What was bothering me?
What was bothering you? I don't know, dude. I was just trying to calm your nerves, bro.
Thank you.
Plumber loves your content, by the way. Question for you both. I know you guys are holding all your prismatic that you can to get at MSRP, but is that still a plan, or are you taking profits before the bear market comes?
I'm not getting rid of any of it. I'm just...
Here's what I'm going to say, J Spike. Again, just be careful, like, listening to too much content, dude. Because, like, you could have tuned on CNBC any day in the past 4 or 5 years, and once a week, there's probably someone on there saying the real estate market was going to correct. The real estate market's going to crash. And there are people that literally sat on the sidelines and haven't bought homes in 5 years, crossing their fingers at the real estate market. There were people I know that would sell their homes during like when they thought it was at all-time highs, and they moved into apartments or like back in with their parents or families to wait for the market to come down so they could get a good deal. It's just like, it never happened. It keeps going. It's just like this idea that you're going to try and time this, like, you know, bear market that is impending doom. What if it doesn't come? What if things just flatline and some sets get reprinted and other sets just keep running and we just kind of go flat and then we go up more? Like, what if there is no massive bear market that you've been planning for? So it's like, I think you should prepare for the worst, but plan for the best. I don't think we should just plan for the worst. I don't know, man. This feels different than 2021 to me. What about you?
I don't know, because I have to see these reprints. I have to see what they do. I have to see when they're saying there's 3 times the amount of Terapagos special premium collections coming. I have to see what happens, and then I can analyze it truly. When I see these reprints, I have to see what the market does. It's right now we haven't had reprints come, so I don't. Right now the market's very dry, so it's either we're gonna eat it all up, or, like I said, Pokemon has surprised so many people. They can do whatever they want. If they want to get another building for printing, another warehouse, they can do that. They can get 10 warehouses and they can flood the market. I know they don't like booster boxes being at $200. That's why they kept printing Evolving Skies, right? It wasn't one reprint, it wasn't two, it was multiple. So I just have to see what's going to happen. And then I can give you true, I need a little more time. But in my head, I have thought about this. When you have an older generation, when you have the younger generation, when you have our generation, you have all these people that grew up on Pokemon. Now everybody's buying. It's crazy because the bull run can last way longer than we anticipate. If Pokemon stays around this and it's harder for them to print product, and if these reprints aren't doing too much, then this could honestly last for like 3 years. It could be insane. And people don't want to admit that, but I mean, we were in a bear market for 2 years and it was rough and nothing changed. So I don't know. And also,
what's funny is like,
hold on,
because it wasn't rough though.
It was rough. It was, dude, the conversation we had, it was rough. But I also look at the stock market. I really do. I look at the crypto market because a lot of people, their money comes from there and goes into this hobby too. Anytime the stock market goes up, I would watch, Pokemon boxes go up. It happens every time. So I have to see what's going on with the stock market too, but there's just too many things for me to give an accurate answer that I'm going to stand by. But yes, if things don't change drastically, this could really go on for like multiple years.
Yeah, what I was trying to say though is it wasn't rough for anyone who knew how to navigate the hobby. I mean, dude, it didn't really matter what.
Where you were like,
dude, here, go ask every one of those card shop owners how they did in 2022, how they did in 2023. I bet they were all profitable. I bet they became profitable each year more than the rest. Like all the Pokemon YouTubers, like that would show their businesses and show their sales, they all rose every year, even in 2022, even in 2023. Like everyone that knows what they're doing in the hobby is fine in a bull market or a bear market.
Bro, dude, there was times where you were ready to sell it all.
I was not a business.
Oh, all right. I thought that's what you're saying. I'm like, dude, what are we talking about? There was some dark times.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about the fact that like, if just because you're in a bear market doesn't mean like no one's making money and nothing's selling and nothing's liquid, right? Like people are still grading with PSA, moving large amounts of slabs, right? Like, the product was moving slower.
I made a shit ton off the slabs, yeah.
Yeah, like the margins were less, but you were still moving product. Like, I mean, it's like everyone I know, like their sales grew from 2022 to 2023 to 2024.
Because you had so many more moves. I was having so much fun during the bear market. There was you had more opportunities. Now you have like 30 people hopping on that opportunity that you thought of that you didn't think anyone else, and it's right away. It's just like there's so much more competition now too for everything. So it makes it tougher.
Yeah. True. Let's talk about Poke Notify. I see a lot of people have been mentioning Poke Notify in the comments. You have any takes on the Poke Notify and the notification groups and all that and the bots and the?
Yeah, I guess there's like these discords. I have to join them because like everybody knows, like today, Journey Together. Before I even found out, it was already like sold out in Pokemon Center because they get these notifications like instantly. So people have. I don't know and they have these. All right. So I've done research on this. So they have bots that are scanning the internet 24/7, Journey Together. That's like your keyword, Journey Together. And then the next step is it goes to like buy. And then there's like steps to this. I guess like, I haven't like figured it out yet, but I was talking to someone that does coding and they were explaining it to me in layman's terms, because it is pretty complicated. So, I mean, it's very tough to get any product. Like I found out in like 2 minutes about this one Target release, the 151 bundles. I'm on there. It's literally in my cart. And it's like, you have to authorize this, put your CVV. And then it's like, by the time I put my CVV, done. It is, the competition is, dude, it's tough.
Hey, I think you got someone wanting to work for you, dude. What's a solid career path degree to get as an average IQ normie? Pokey dad making a decent living, but looking for a change of pace. Become a plumber, baby.
Become a rip and chipper.
Ah! Become a plumber.
I don't
Plumber's too nice of a guy for the internet. Too nice, dude. Let it out, man.
I do. I did on Danny.
On Danny. We don't even know who Danny is. Just some guy in the chat.
Yeah.
Guy in the chat, baby.
Poor Danny.
Literally everyone has the same mindset on prismatic evolutions, which is holding. This reminds me of Hidden Fates. Everyone can't be right. We are in for a rude awakening.
I mean, Hidden Fates like stayed pretty high, and now it's at 250. So I don't, I don't know.
I seem to remember everyone telling me Evolving Skies was too high when I bought it when it was 350.
Bro, I got ripped apart for buying cases at
700.
Dude, I got ripped apart. No, when this is like this was after the last print, and they went up to like 1,100 a case, and everyone's like, "You're an idiot. There's going to be another reprint." And I didn't know. I did a poll on it. I was like, "Will Evolving Skies have another reprint?" And I grabbed like 2 cases. This guy drove from New York and met me, and everyone's like, "You're an idiot. You're an idiot." Thank God I bought those.
I want to take this one. So, because we didn't really go under this too deep. How do you feel the market is different from 2021? Like, how would you describe it for someone who wasn't involved in Pokemon much during COVID times? So, I'll give you my take, and Nick can give you his. My take is, during that time, it felt like the drive was a lot of people who were all jumping in at the same time. That were trying to relive their childhood. The biggest YouTubers in the world were pumping it. So people who like weren't really watching any Pokemon, weren't involved in the markets, weren't watching market related data, didn't have like an investing mindset. They were literally just trying to collect and buy up anything they could think of. And it was a lot more hysteric than it is right now. This, to me, again, this is just my feeling. You can call me wrong. It feels a lot more like planned out, like a lot more orchestrated. I think people have a lot better intentions, I think, behind how they're spending their money in this market. And they have a lot better mindset because a lot of the content, like me and Nick and a lot of the other investment business channels out there. And it's got so much more, even that many more years of data and all of this compounded growth. And so there's more trust, there's more success that's happened in the hobby. So I just think people now are, they're more educated on it. They're more capitalized, the ones that are getting in deeper. And they have a more realistic mindset and I would say time frame than anyone was thinking about back then. Because back then, I don't think anyone was thinking. I think they were just throwing their money, anything and everything. I do think what makes a difference is people are actually, they're thinking out their purchases and they're moving with large amounts of money. They're paying crazy prices, but they at least are doing it from the standpoint of as an investment, not just like a crazy buy.
No, that's like literally spot on. Like people are smarter. That's truly what I believe. Like everyone's smarter. Like everything they buy, it makes more sense. Like back then, people were going crazy and buying anything and everything. And at that time, you had so many people go back and find their Pokemon cards. Like we saw so many cards getting graded, or PSA literally shut down for a while because everybody was grading. I mean, look, do you remember the first edition Pikachu and Eevee from Jungle? Like people were paying these crazy prices for these cards, and they would buy first, ask questions later. Charizards for PSA 9s, 5-6 grand. Bum, bum, bum. Like it was just, everyone's like, whatever I buy is going to go up. And then people were cracking vintage boxes thinking they're going to grade 10s for everything. And so many people got hurt doing that. They were buying, well, vintage went up insane amount because you had a lot of people like us and they had nostalgia for, base set, all that. And it just, so many people didn't understand when you crack a box, not everything's in a PSA 10. Like my buddy, that Miskip, he's like a big Twitch guy now. Like he cracked the Legendary Collections box and he got smoked because he wasn't grading 10s. And everyone just had the misconception, oh, I'll buy this, I'll crack it, I'll grade it. Oh, I can open these packs, I'm going to make more money than the box. Nobody did any research. Everyone was just buying. But now you have people that, they might have been around during COVID. They learned a little bit and they have some of their collection from COVID. And now they're getting back in the hobby and they're like, oh, I was selling this. And now they have more money. And they're like, well, I saw that, this worked, sealed worked. My sealed went up. So now they're like, all right, screw it. If the box is $200 now, at least I know it's going to go to $300. And they don't care. And they're just buying it. And they're like, oh, I'm going to sit on it. It's just, everybody's way more educated. You have so many channels now that can teach you and show you how these things actually work. And I just think we're at a point where you just have so many people that this hobby's never going to die. And it's insane.
Yeah, and I think people need to stop being so obsessed with right and wrong. Like,
well, they said Sword and Shield was overprinted, never going to do anything, and I think that's what set a lot of people off. They're like, "Holy shit, Fusion Strike really went from $80 to $450." So if Sword and Shield that was overprinted went up, now I know it's going to succeed no matter what. So now everybody's way more confident, and that's a huge factor too. Is everybody is confident.
Yeah, and like I said, I think we get too obsessed with right and wrong, and so people like, they'll see people bullish, and something will go down, and then they'll like attack them and be like, "You were wrong, blah, 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 you know what you're doing. See, the hobby's just as crazy as ever." It's just like, guys, you could turn on CNBC any day you want, and you'll have two people on screen, and they'll be going back and forth on why they don't believe a company is going to go up anymore, and the other guy's bullish. You'll have the bull and the bear giving their case on the stock, and guess what? They're both very educated. They're analysts. They're whatever. They have great track records, whatever it may be. One of them is going to be right, and one of them is going to be wrong. And so it's not the fact that who's right and who's wrong. It's the fact that people are much more educated in approaching this from much more of a financial mindset more than ever. And again, that's what separates it from 2021. 2021 was a bunch of people throwing money around, going crazy. Now people are finally saying, there's something to this as an investment. I really think so. This is a great point. Will people sitting on the sidelines waiting for a bear market even go in when it comes? Or will they say, oh, Pokemon is over, I'm getting out of that? Yes, this is what I said in the video. And honestly, you guys, I am so giddy inside for these reprints because I'm going to make a video. I'm going to log it. I'm going to put it away, and I'm going to bring it up a year or two from now. To all the people who hate on, scalpers, investors, I hope some of these boxes, like Nick said, do get really, really low, because I am going to post the links like I did last time. And I am going to say, now is the time to buy. And I am going to say, you're going to have no one to blame but yourself if you don't buy. And those people are not going to buy. They're going to come up with the reasons why they can't, why it's going to keep going, why it might not recover, why the money's going to be dead money, locked up forever without moving. And then in 1, 2, 3 years, it's going to beat every other investment again. And I'm going to make the same video showing that one. And I'm going to go in the comments and I'm going to call out every single person. And it's going to be so fun.
Yeah, remember Charizard UPCs? They were printed to oblivion, and they were never going to go
Paldea evolved.
No, Paldea. I mean, even if the reprint's not big enough.
Crown Zenith. You know how many people called Crown Zenith a brick?
Dude, I never heard anyone say, dude, it's such a good set.
Celebrations. Celebrations is dead.
Look where it's at now.
I'm just saying, it's just like, yeah, I agree, Tim. The people will always find, I've said this in the videos before, they're going to say they're not going to buy now because it's too overhyped, it's too expensive. Things can crash. They'll say, I don't want to catch a falling knife. It might never recover. I'm too scared. Then it'll recover a little bit. They'll say, oh, I missed the bottom. I'm going to wait till it comes back down or another reprint comes so I can catch it. Then I'll buy. Then it won't do that. It'll keep going. They'll say, well, now it's too high again. I'll wait for the next one. And they go through this perpetual thing in their head, and they never take action because they can never find that perfect time with that perfect price point. And this is why people never get involved and they never build any wealth.
Well, the thing right now is, honestly, I think we're spoiled because Pokemon's printing like heat after heat after heat, like sets. And no one got the experience. Like someone even said, like Pokemon Go, like this is what made me think of this. Like Pokemon Go, if Pokemon Go can go up, it's like we need a Pokemon Go to come out. And like that'll really test people. Like if we get a couple bad sets in a row, do you think it will matter in a market like this? Or do you think that it could potentially drop the market? Like if we had like a Forbidden Light.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely affect it. I mean, I think it kind of goes into this point right here. He's saying, wait till the stock market crashes at the end of the year. The same thing with Pokemon, guys.
Buy stocks, baby.
Me and Nick literally had this conversation last night. I said, we were talking about, he's like, do you think you should be buying more? We're talking about, I'm like, dude, I am stockpiling cash right now. I'm preparing for the stocks and cryptos and Pokemon to come down. And when that happens, you're going to have people like me deploy large amounts of capital in those times when everyone else is too afraid, jumping off of buildings, worried everything's going to zero. And so the same things with Pokemon is when these things do drop, that's when the investors go to work and all of us pick up all the product that nobody wants. We hold it. And then in these times, like Sword and Shield, everyone complains at us because we're the ones that own it because you guys didn't want to buy it. when it was $80,
That's the
$90 box.
craziest thing is everyone gets mad at me for having all this, Sword and Shield product, but nobody wanted it.
I mean, I'm right. I've been watching the stock market and cryptos very closely. Yes, I will be starting to deploy money. I mean, it's just the way market cycles work. And until you understand that, you're always going to be afraid of too high, too low, too scary. Oh, and it's all just news headlines, guys. These things move in patterns.
The scarier, the better, baby.
Yeah.
Whenever
man,
that's when you buy.
Let's be real. Most of us haven't experienced stock market crash. It was since 2008 when we were young to really understand how much it had impact to it. Yeah, I mean, I was about 18 at the time. I remember it. I was just getting involved in the markets, and
but you know what, man? I mean, here's plumbing, baby. Always need a tradesperson.
Here's the other thing. How much higher is the market now from when it was back then? If you would have bought all the way down and all the way up, did you still not make money? If you would have held the entire time, did you just not make money? The only people that get hurt on roller coasters are the ones that jump off.
Yep. And that's
how it goes.
You have these bigger people buying, and then retail sells because they're afraid. And then you have a whale buy $70 million in. It's like, dude, if you see a whale putting $70 million and you're selling, how can't you use your brain? Why are they buying it and then all retail selling? It's so obvious. Like, it drives me insane. But dude, my grandma did that. That's why my grandma didn't have a good retirement, because with 2008, she freaking sold because she was nervous. She was already losing so much money. She recently passed away, got rest her soul, but that's what she did. She sold because she was so afraid of it dropping more, because the Great Depression, she went through that. So that's what I guess brought her back to. So yeah.
Well, it definitely depends on your age. Like, I could see people like retirement fixed income being a little more scared than people who have the time to let it recover, like in your 20s, 30s, 40s.
Yeah.
So that's different. Luke, super chat. Alex, pretend you're not friends with Eli. Okay. Will you still be in his program? I feel like after he opened his store, his allocations went to his store. Well, his allocations didn't go to his store. His allocations went to having double the amount of people in his program than before because of the boom. And it's just, all right. I'm going to give you long and short of it. All right. This has nothing to do with Eli. It's just programs in general. Pokeanese talked about it. I definitely side with Pokeanese's side a little more than Eli's, but I understand Eli's side too. All right. Here's the thing with distribution programs like that. In bear markets or flat markets, there's spots open, right? Anyone can enter. You can buy pretty much as much product as you want, relatively, to sizes, right? When bull markets come, everybody wants to get in the program and they sell out. And now there's more people wanting the product more than ever. They want to buy more than ever because now it's an actual benefit where you can't just buy on eBay or TCG Player or Safari Zone or Hills Wholesale Gaming for the same price as distribution. So it becomes more competitive. Everybody wants it and everyone's in the program. And so then it becomes less attractive. And so it's like this ever swinging pendulum where it's like when things are cheap, nobody wants them. When things are more expensive, everyone does. And one thing I will say though, it's kind of like, I don't know, like any program out there, as long as you get more than the value you're paying, it makes sense. And so a lot of people are like on Eli lately about like not getting good enough allocations. And I say, well, did you get anything? Well, yeah, I got this. Like, did you make enough money on it to more than pay for your monthly and yearly fees? Yeah, I guess I did. It's like, if you really take into account everything you get in that program throughout the entire 12 months, this isn't me shilling for Eli, it's just me being honest. If you really take into account every product throughout the entire year that you can buy at distribution costs, and then what you can flip it for on the market, did you not make a profit on the group? If the answer is yes, then it still makes sense. Now, some years are going to be better than others, some products be better than others, some allocations better than others. As long as you're still making money and you're making more than what it's costing you, I think it makes sense. I don't know. What do you think, dude?
I don't have a take on that.
You don't have a take?
I mean, because I see it in a different way. Like, the people that should have first dibs in the program are the ones who have been there forever during the shitty sets. And like, just because a guy comes in and then he spends, crazy amount of money, it's like, those guys have suffered for how long before all these people joined, and they just joined for a reason. So I'm kind of like more so like, dude, you got to realize who was there when no one else wanted to be there.
I
Like
can see that.
that's what my comic shop does. Like they have so many people that are like, oh, I need this, I need this, I need this. And what he does is he's like, you have to buy at least 3 consistent sets from me. And so he gives like new people chances too, right? So if 3 sets is, it could be, 6 months to 9 months. So if you've been there buying consistently for 6 to 9 months, then yeah, you'll get something. But for the people that only come for this set and only come for that set, or I'll see you for Evolving Skies, I'll see you for Team Rocket, it doesn't work that way. And it's just like the people that have like the reason that I'm treated so well is because I've been there through fucking battle styles, getting when no one wanted to buy it from. Like I just stay consistent.
I like that take. Yeah,
yeah,
makes sense for sure. You gotta reward loyalty. Rudy's Basement, what's up, man? Any comment on the PCETV buyouts as of late? Have you paid attention to that, dude?
I saw like Prismatic went insane, right?
Yeah, Twilight went like Twilight. I can pull it up. It went like parabolic.
I saw a PokeSun post it. Like someone bought out all the Twilight.
Yeah. All right, let's check it out. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, look at that. $100 to 170.
It's not up.
It looks like it's already. See, this is the thing with.
It's not up.
What?
It's not on the screen.
I'm showing on the screen.
I don't see it on my screen. There it is.
Yeah, guys. So obviously that's what a buyout looks like when people make a play on it. You can see like the sales volume largely increased. See, if we go back, it wasn't selling at all. It's selling maybe like a few a day. And then the sales volume spiked all in 1 or 2 days. That's what you look for when you look for a true buyout. Okay. Like all those sales on 3-4. Now, here's the thing you guys have to realize, right? Is not all buyouts are successful. Okay. So if this buyout started in the hundreds, right? And then they started buying it out in the 120s, a bunch of sales in the 130s, 140s.
People are saying there's no visual. It's happening to them too. Nothing showing. Yeah, I'm telling you, the first time it didn't show up for me either.
I don't know. That's really weird. I don't know how to fix that. You can't see that?
It's not there now, no.
All right. Well, anyway, guys, I guess some reason StreamYard's having problems. Well, I'll explain what's happening though. So basically I started buying it out and like they're right around $100, ran it all the way up to like over 200 where there were some sales. But here's the problem, right? It's these people haven't got their shipments yet. A lot of these sales happen 3-3 and 3-4, meaning they don't even have their boxes yet. You already have people relisting all the way down to $139.99 plus $9.99 shipping. If that continues to drop, the buyout will actually be unsuccessful because they won't even be able to flip it for, after fees and shipping, what they paid. And so this is the danger of trying these stupid things, is you don't know how much product and how much supply is out there not listed, right? You have this idea that, I can buy it out, raise the price, and then start listing at that price. You don't know how many people have it in their closets, in their basements, in their storage units, who can just list it immediately and start taking advantage of it and then start undercutting each other on pricing until it finds a new equilibrium. And right now, I mean, if it gets down to like 130, fees, shipping, a lot of people are probably going to lose money, if not make any money on this. And so I think it was a terrible buyout. It's probably not going to work. They're going to get their asses handed to them. That's my take. You got to be strategic with that stuff if you're going to do it.
Yeah, I mean, and they picked a bad time with the reprints too.
Yeah. I mean, there's easier ways to make money in the hobby than trying to buy out Twilight Masquerade PCETBs.
I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Let's see. You sure you're all right, man? You seem kind of pissed.
No, dude. My son's really like teething. Dude, what baby gets 4 teeth from the top at once? It's insane. So I'm telling you, I'm up at. I already know the schedule. It's like we get him down He's down right now at 9, and then he's up at like 10:30. Then it's like midnight, and then it's like clockwork every day at like 3:30, and then you've got to eat, got to change him. So it's tough. And like my wife and I try to like split it up, but it's like you can't fall back to sleep. And like this morning, he was ready to rock at like 5:30, and like he was ready to go. So then now
we can start wrapping things up here soon.
No, you're good, dude. Yeah, because I'm also on the East Coast, so it's almost 10.
Here, you can take this one. Someone asked about. Hold on. I just saw it. Dang it. Here it is. Daniel wanted to know about vintage and what you think about that current market.
Vintage is doing really well right now. Like everything in vintage, it really is doing well. Oh, did you see real quick? Did you see what Collector's Cash found? Dude, Fire Red Leaf, a booster box case. That's cool. Like that's one of my favorite like older sets. Like that's vintage, not mid-ever. That's vintage. But vintage is on fire, man. Base set booster box is selling above 20 grand right now. The Gengar Fire Red Leaf Greens through the roof. The Crystal Lugia is hitting like 14 grand now. The Charizard. Well, see, this is the crazy thing about vintage. Whenever like something sells like for 14 grand, then you see everyone post it at imaginary prices. It's very common because the pops are low and they're like, oh, if they'll pay 14 for this, then they mark it up to 20. That's the only thing that I'm not a fan of vintage because there's very little sales data. So then everyone starts doing imaginary pricing. And they're like, oh, I need to get 25 for this. Or that's like my only, that's the biggest battle with vintage.
And my problem with vintage is that like I don't like how a lot of the vintage community will not give modern credit. Like they're okay talking about I'm okay talking about vintage doing well, but then as soon as you say, well, yeah, hey, that's a great move. Well, this modern box or this modern card is doing really well. It's up this much. They'll be like, yeah, but that's all manipulated. It's just like, It's like, why is everything that you like organic, but everything that I'm talking about is manipulated? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I do see that a lot. That's why I had people unfollow me because I said that. And I proved my point.
I feel like why can't we all just like be happy for everyone making money in what they enjoy? Like, I don't particularly enjoy vintage, but I'm happy for anyone that owns it and is doing well in their collection, their investment. The same way I would hope they're happy with all of my modern sealed and stuff doing well. Like, we can all win here. There doesn't have to be winners and losers.
Like Dom and I got into it because he was like coming at like my Fusion Strike. And he's like, it shouldn't be this much, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude.
But that's the thing. I can just say your vintage shouldn't be this much. Like we're talking in like hypotheticals. It's like what we think it should be valued at. Like the market tells you what it's valued at, you know?
Yeah, no. But yes, vintage is doing well. Enjoy it.
Yep. There you go.
All vintage good, modern good, all Pokemon good. I always say that.
What's your take on recent PSA returns coming back so bad? People are getting crushed. How does that market react? Well, yeah, I mean, everyone, if you didn't know, El Barrio, they upped their grading difficulty to 55 and 45. I think that's
so stupid, though, without having like a black label or a pristine or anything like that. Yeah. It's like just bullshit.
Yeah, so they upped their requirements for what it takes to get a PSA 10 without really warning anybody. And so, everyone's seeing much harsher grading coming back, and it's not that you got crushed or random people are like just like complaining. They are actually grading harder,
like 1,000 times harder. Like the centering, you can't have 60-40. It's got to be like 55-45. It might not even be accepted right now. It's so bad.
Yeah. Crazy. Question for Plumber. How much has Alex changed after hitting 25K subs? Has he become out of touch?
I plead the fifth.
Man, Pokeane's probably really changed now. He hit 50.
Yeah, dude. I hear every like increments of 5, every 5,000 you change a little bit.
I talked to him like the day before, and I talked to him the day of, and he was like a different person. I didn't even recognize him.
Different, right?
He had like a haircut. It was crazy. Like he got a haircut.
He did get a haircut.
He got a haircut because he had to change at 50K. No, it's I think people, everyone's crazy. Like the whole out of touch thing. It's just like, guys, if you really want to see if I'm out of touch, go back and just like watch some random videos from 2 years ago. I was
Oh,
saying the
dude,
same things.
someone commented that dude, they wrote like 2 paragraphs on my YouTube of like how you changed. I'm not even kidding. They were like you read the comment yourself.
What?
You read the comment when you have a chance.
What is it on your most recent video?
Yeah.
Okay. And they explained to you how I've changed?
Yes, in great
Did
detail.
it make any sense or no?
I didn't read the whole thing.
Give me the real, like, long and short of it.
Bro, I didn't read the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
It was like a couple paragraphs.
I don't know, man. Like I haven't changed in my mind, but maybe because here's the thing, guys. One thing I said from the beginning is you have to shift with markets. And so if by change you mean some takes have changed over the past 3 years on YouTube, that's possible, right? But like my overall like outlook on the hobby, how I approach the hobby, how I make my content, how I interact with all of you hasn't changed at all. Like same as that guy. None of that changes. It's just you have to be able to, shift over time as the market shows you new avenues. Like not everything stays black and white.
Do you want
The
me to read
2025 market is not the 2020 market. It just isn't. And if people are still trying to treat it that way, they're getting left behind. They're getting left in the dust.
Hold on.
Hit that like button. That's easy. 151 Fusion Strikes Back. Appreciate you, bro. Congrats on all your hits in the ripping ships as well, man. Dude was pulling alt arts. Pulled the alt art Lugia last night.
Did you? Congratulations.
Same guy pulled the freaking Surging Sparks Pikachu. Same opening. Some guys get all the luck, man.
All the luck, man. That's insane. Did he pull both of those?
Yeah, like the odds of that, right?
It's insane. Didn't someone pull like the Rayquaza and like the Sylveon alt art back to back too?
Yeah, that's got to be like a 1 in a million shot. I literally pulled a Sylveon VMAX and Rayquaza VMAX back-to-back packs of Evolving Skies. It's
that's
mind-blowing.
That's awesome.
Season Salt, appreciate the 5 gifted memberships, man. Thanks so much. Make sure you guys thank him if you got one of those. Trying to find a good one. Let's see what we got, dude.
What you got, buddy?
What do we got? What about Nintendo stock? Made a video about that? I haven't. I thought Nintendo was still a OTC stock here on the English market. I don't think it's, I could be wrong. I don't think it's actually on an exchange. I think it's like an OTC.
Dude, I can't find it.
Everyone was talking about how they couldn't see it. Guys, I don't know what was wrong with the chart thing. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, all. People were dumping surging PC ETBs out the gate. Tisk, tisk. Patient pays, baby. Patience always pays. There he is right there, Captain Planet. He's the guy that got the Lugia and the Pikachu.
Congratulations.
I don't know, man. We can wrap it up, dude. I know you're tired. We can call
sorry,
it early this week.
I am literally so. I need him to sleep.
We'll wrap her up.
I need more than 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night right now. It's really tough.
Yeah.
So if anyone likes collection boxes, I know Alex won't agree with this, but you can still buy the Morpeko V Union boxes. They have 2 Fusion, 2 Brilliant. So if you want any Sword and Shield and you don't want to spend all that money on booster boxes, you can go to PokemonCenter.com. And Hills Wholesale had these Bolton V boxes. I think those were such a great buy. I don't know if they're going to restock more because I think Ryan grabbed the rest of them. He grabbed like 44 cases of them. But that was do your due diligence, because there's so much good stuff out there and there's still great buys. It doesn't have to be the newest stuff. You can still get, the Sword and Shield, some Scarlet Violet collection boxes. If you're looking for packs there's still collection boxes where you can get packs for around $3.65 a pack, which is good for anything right now. What are you paying your Scarlet Violet packs?
I'm not talking about that.
No, do you pay less than $3.65?
No.
So $3.65 is a very good price.
Sure.
Yeah, just do your research. Google, have fun. Like that used to be one of my favorite things to do. Is like I got so lucky with the Unified Minds case because I was just typing.
But like, what quantities are you talking about?
As many as you want until it says sold out.
Yeah, I mean that's my problem now is like finding the quantities I need, right? Like
the Armor Rouge collection boxes.
Yeah.
Like they have a case of those, and what is it? Six in every box, so it's 36 packs.
Yeah.
And it's like $140.
Yeah.
Like that's fantastic.
Because I try to buy in quantities like 500 to 1,000 packs these days. Just all
right, a little higher, $3.88 a pack.
Well, yeah, it's still good. Like any Scarlet Violet era packs, a lot more. There's more than that at this point.
Yeah, I mean, the market isn't like it's tough, but you can still find stuff to buy. You just have to look.
This is a good point. If vintage is as undervalued as everyone complains about, then go and buy all of that vintage yourself. This is another thing I want to talk about, guys. And it doesn't just apply to vintage. If you believe in something, you don't need to come scream at the people who don't, right? Like me and Nick get it both, like in our comments on all these different platforms of people coming and trying to convince us of their way, like whatever, a card or a box or a vintage or a whatever. And they try so hard to get you to see it their way. And you're like, dude, if you really believe it, go put your money in it. Like I believe in this, so I'm going to do this. But and I'm not saying this like being an a-hole. I actually wish you the best in that. It's not for me. And that's not enough for people. And it needs to be enough.
Yeah, they want me to the biggest thing is like they want me to tell people to do this vintage. That's not who I am. I do what I have fun with. Like vintage stopped appealing to me when packs went to $200 a pack, $300 a pack. I couldn't open it anymore. Yeah, I mean, people could have made great money on that. Like Neo was like $30 a pack at one point. But like for me, it wasn't, it was too late. And I just went to different things. Like that's what I have fun with. I'm going to stick with what I'm doing. I'm not going to try to push your agenda. That's not who I am. I've been this way forever. I'm going to be myself and I'm never going to change. It's like,
are you watching your screen?
Am I watching it?
Yes.
What do you mean? I saw the video. Dude, I got an email over that. They want me to make a video on that. I said, dude.
Who?
They sent me an email. They sent me the link to that video. This is last night. And they were like, do you see tag slaps? Can you please make a video on your YouTube how you feel about that? I'm like, how did they have my email? And
who was it?
I don't, I'll tell you like when it's just you and me. I got to go.
Like someone from Tag?
No, not, I don't think so.
Yeah, guys, we're not even going to address Tag on this anymore. It leads to too many complications and problems.
Yeah, so just grade with who you want.
I am going to remain completely unbiased, except for CGC. I do not like them, and I would not ever tell anyone to grade with them. But I will remain completely unbiased with PSA, Tag, Beckett, whoever else you want to go with. Just not CGC.
You don't give any credit to CGC Pristine slabs?
No.
Not even for Pristine.
It's not about the slab, it's the company. I would never tell anyone to do business with a company like that. That's my stance. If you want to collect what you want, go ahead. And here's the thing, I'm not a hater. I'm not against anyone that does it. It's just people always ask my opinion. I give it. I think it's crap. And then they get mad at me and try to convince me to like it. Like, dude, have at it. I'll enjoy your collection with you. It's just if someone asks me, I'm gonna say don't use them.
You want to know something crazy though about PSA?
What's up?
Sent these submissions 2 months ago, and I got an email yesterday saying your order has been received. What is that shit?
Next level of wealth. Alex gonna be all in on Japanese promos. Just wait, dude. retro, and Pokiani are eventually gonna sell me on Japanese, and I'm gonna go all in. And everyone's going to, and then we can finally say Alex has changed. At that point, I will come out and be like, folks, I've changed. I am now a Japanese shill.
Dude, I got to find this email. I just want to read it. I'm not going to say what it says. Like, I'm gonna read it. I'm not gonna say who it's from. Hold on. So it'll be yesterday. You gotta listen to this shit. This is good.
See, Diane says you have changed. You are condescending and think your thoughts are gold, but that's not true at all. I've always been that way, so I haven't changed. I mean, we can say those things are true, but I haven't changed, Diane. Love you.
Dude, once you make YouTube, it's like YouTube fills in all your emails, so it's just like YouTube comment, YouTube comment, YouTube comment. So I can't even find the freaking email. I'm not even joking. Like 400 emails down, and this is from yes. Oh, here it is. Okay. Hey, brother. Chances are you've seen this, but I was cruising YouTube and I can't help but wonder what you and maybe Alex think of this. It was pretty eye-opening and disappointing. I was looking forward to some market competition for PSA, and this might be a major problem. Love your videos on your channel as well. Keep going for it. Let us know what you think in your video on your channel. This is crazy, from so-and-so. And then they attached the tag video to it. Like,
Don't
they want
touch
me to
it,
make
dude.
a video based on
Don't touch it.
that.
Just
Dude,
don't touch
you're
it.
asking for me to get freaking...
Here, let's talk about this instead. Teach us how to pronounce. I say Quaquaval.
I will tell you.
You're probably going to say Quackwaval, and I will never call it that. I don't care what that book says.
No, dude, this book, it's not Raikou, it's Raiko. Isn't that
I don't care what that book says.
Dude, this book tells all. It's the Poke Bible. Okay.
He's actually looking for it.
Yeah. Dude, this book's awesome. I got it for my son. Okay. Quackwaval. Quackwaval.
I told you, yeah. I knew that was how they were going to say it. I don't like that.
No.
Quackwaval.
Quackwaval. Quackwaval. Quackwaval. This book's fun. Pronounce this one.
Alex hasn't changed. He's been wearing that hat for years. I'm going to say Pyukimoku. Is that what it is?
It's Pyukumuku. Pyukumuku.
Alex is going with I was always a dick. That's the story I'm sticking with, man. I haven't changed. I've always been that way. You have changed. Haven't shilled in a while. That's true, man. I need to start shilling more stuff. I need to get on the shill bandwagon.
What do you want to shill?
I don't know, man. Like, the last thing we did was the Lucario promo, and that worked. So I figured we'd try something new. Can we shill the EVs? We both have a lot of those.
We do have a lot of EVs.
Guys, look, very unlikely we're going to get reprints of this. Honestly, even if they reprint the ETBs, they may not even put the EVs in them next time. You should probably buy these up while you can.
You know what I'm going to shill? The Flareon, Vaporeon, Jolteon from Brilliant Stars.
And PSA 10 or raw?
Well, PSA 10s they're tough to get 10s, but raw too.
Yeah.
Dude, I never, like, for Sword and Shield, those cards are horrible.
Yo, careful, Pokey Plumber. I know you're new to the hobby, but NN guy is a bad influence. Hey, look, Pokey Plumber's a tool. Diane's coming at you too. Hey, at least she's an equal opportunity hater.
All right, Diane.
Come on, it's Diane. You don't care what Diane thinks of you?
Dude, I'm not.
Come on, bro.
I'm not gonna be mean to a woman.
If Diane doesn't like you, I mean, your life cycle in this hobby is almost over.
Diane doesn't even know who I am.
Diane is the one that freaking makes anyone successful in this hobby, dude. We're both screwed.
Who is Diane?
I don't know. I think she goes with Jack though. Jack and Diane, bro.
Who's Jack?
Hey, Alexandria wants to know, Nick, do you collect Chinese? Wondering your thoughts on the exclusive 151 Horizons boxes and cards.
I told Alex about this, and he didn't want to hear me talk about it.
But she wants to hear it.
I think it's cool. I like it. Like when it comes to certain sets, I know like anything 151, I think is fine. I mean, when you have like an evolving skies, when you have a 151, when you have a prismatic, that's the thing too is when evolving skies English got too expensive, when evolving skies Japanese got too expensive, everyone went to Chinese and they were able to enjoy it and open that too. But now Chinese has gone up a little bit. Like Chinese is always going to go up in the very end, if it even goes up that much. So if you're looking at it in investment standpoint, it's going to have to be very long term. But and hopefully a bear market like this. I mean, you know what I mean, a bullish market. But if you want to enjoy it, yeah, then buy it.
Hey,
It's
Alex,
cool.
were you into? Oh, go ahead. What?
No, you're fine.
Oh, were you into Pokemon beginning of 2000s, or you get into the when the boom started? Well, I mean, I guess I was into it as a kid in like '99 through like 2001, two, I would think somewhere in there. But no, I didn't get back in the hobby until 2015. So 2015, and then like I was kind of just collecting. I really started to get involved, I would say, within the market in like 2016. So before the COVID boom, but no, not in like the mid 2000s, early. Yeah, like I wasn't in there. I got in like the middle of XY.
I wish I stayed in XY and like really didn't leave at all.
Dude, do you remember making videos when I was making videos and like getting just shit on hard for XY for like loving XY?
Bro, that's what made us like friends was
I
XY
know.
era. I loved XY era. I was like, bro, you're like the only one that likes XY era too. And that's like what we bonded over was XY era.
Dude, this is a good question right here, dude. Would you ever consider playing the Pokemon TCG like tournaments and things?
Dude, I play the Pokemon TCG every day on my phone now with this new app, and it's so much fun. Like, dude, I had the
What
sickest
what what app?
Mewtwo deck, the new one.
The Pocket?
Yeah, it makes it so much easier than the other one where you have to fucking scan the barcode and type it in. It's a pain in the ass.
Oh, it's
Like,
that's like you actually play the TCG on that too?
yeah, and you get to play other people. It's so much fun. And like I said, I made the sickest Mewtwo deck, and it's unstoppable.
Is your name Pokey Plumber?
Yeah,
So people
of
like when
course.
they beat you, they know they just like took down Pokey Plumber.
They beat the Pokeplumber because someone
Wow.
made a Pokeplumber, but mine's the Pokeplumber.
Yeah, I was gonna do that. I was gonna make your name on there because I already got your website.
Yeah, I'm not paying anything, but you should seriously get it because it's a lot of fun. Like you get to play, like you learn about the cards. Like, dude, it's fun.
Dude, if I had enough to like retire, I probably would play. But like my problem is it's like I have so many like things I need to do still. I never have enough time to get them done. If I like started playing the Pokemon team, I would just be there think I wouldn't be able to perform well because I'd be playing thinking I need like to do 1,000 other things and I'm sitting here playing a card game.
Yeah,
That's
dude,
my problem.
it's fun, and I do think it's more fun than TCG Live. I do.
Do you remember the old Pokemon Game Boy one?
Oh, of course.
That was fun.
Yeah, of course I remember that. Dude,
So
that
do you
was
think this is gonna kill the TCG Live?
it's weird that I don't know.
Because they still make code cards, obviously.
Yeah, it's weird, right? Like,
So
what's
I mean,
their
it's literally the same. It's the full game.
so what are they gonna do? Is like TCG Live gonna die out? And
Are the
was that
codes gonna start working on Pokemon Pocket? I don't
but
know.
no, because you're getting sets that then they'd have to put like all the set like on TCG Live, you can literally open plasma blast packs. You can like go back that far.
Yeah.
But like then they'd have to transfer like every new set onto here. So they would have to do more work to this. But this is more original and unique because you're getting these new sets. So the codes would never work for this unless they switch everything over to that.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe the new era they'll find a way to do like do away with the old codes and do something new. Who knows? I
Dude,
really don't know, man. Like that's something to think about.
I miss packs that didn't have code cards.
When did that start?
Dude, that was
I know, and I know ever since I've been back in the hobby, they've had code cards.
what was it, black and white?
I don't know.
No, because Generations doesn't have code cards in it.
Yeah, it does.
Does it?
Yeah.
You sure?
Even Flashfire does.
Oh yeah, Flashfire. Okay.
XY base.
Oh yeah, because Flashfire has beautiful ones.
Yeah, they just didn't have the
Yeah.
green and white back then. They had actual like colored.
Oh, they were sick.
Yeah.
So it has to be black and white error.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I didn't open much black and white error.
Guys, we're gonna let Nick get some sleep, man. I think we covered everything tonight. How you feeling, man? You feel good about the combo?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel bad for yelling at Danny, but like, dude, I've had enough.
Do you want to apologize to Diane?
I don't even know what I did to Diane.
I don't know. I've never seen her name before, and she's been hating on us the whole time. So I have to give her some props for sticking in the pocket and throwing the shots, man.
She goes, Pokemon Plumber's a tool.
So, guys, we'll be back next week. We're gonna do our best to get some guests on with us next week, and hopefully that'll work out. And other than that, man, guys, just try to like Nick said, find things out there that are still inexpensive. You can still enjoy. Find ways to enjoy the hobby that aren't so expensive and don't make you angry. And I think that's the best way to go forward with it.
Diane.
What, did she come back?
Yeah, she came back.
Oh, still a tool.
I want to see if Diane Kramer has a Facebook. Let's see what she looks like. Diane, you better be hot if you're talking shit.
God, it's so funny. All right, guys, we're going to end it there. Appreciate all of you guys. See you back here in the next one. We are out.